Hi, hello. Hi, ladies. I just wanted to come on here because I just did a beautiful live with my friend Karina in her channel. It was so powerful. We talked about what confidence means, why we're not accomplishing things in life, and it was so powerful. So I recommend you go on and watch it. I'm probably going to leave it on the description box. Let me see if I can add it. Let's see. Yes, so I just added it to the description box. Okay, and I really wanted us called to doing this video and what it means to be really feminine, what it means to um what does it mean? You know, if you think femininity is just about pretty and quiet, you have it all wrong because it's not only that. It is way more than that. It is about like receiving, about feeling, about being in your body, about going with the flow. There is so much knowledge and there is so much intuition that holds this femininity that it's birthing through us. It's almost being in our body and feeling all of our senses and all every part of our body. So I used let's give a little perspective. Let's give a little of what we've been told to do, and that is that we've been told that we need to be successful. We've been told that we need to hustle, that we need to get result like a man is supposed to get results. Until I learned how to lead with my femininity, I didn't know what I was saying. I didn't know what it really meant to be a woman. So I am so excited to be talking about this subject because I've been very masculine almost my entire life. And obviously, there has been many ways. There has been many times where I've been on too much in my femininity, too much in my masculinity, and it's all about the balance. It's all about not being in either or of these two energies, and and yeah, I'm so excited. So stay if you want to know and talk about this subject because we've been wired to think like a man, to act like a man, to work like men. And we don't know how we're not noticing our power. We're not noticing how it is so important to be in this feminine energy, but also have the knowledge, the logic, the know how of the structure of the masculine energy. So both energies are very important, but I'm going to go in depth in what true femininity is, how to embody it daily, and how it transforms relationships, your success, and your energy with your body, in every area of your life. Okay. So, what is feminine energy? You know, 2 years ago, I decided to write a book that on feminine energy, and it's still under process. And I love this energy because I didn't know about it. I was never, I thought femininity of weakness. I thought women were weak. I thought that being a woman was disadvantageous. So, what's the opposite? So, I became action oriented. I became this disciplined woman that almost didn't hear her body. So, femininity is being receptive, being creative, being able to birth. We literally have the ability to give birth through another human being in this world. We have that gift that men do not have. So, it is important to mention it. So, being in this intuitive powers, having this intuitive powers, soft but yet powerful, we've been conditioned to not have any of these, to think that if we are in our softness, we are being weak or we're being lazy. It is the opposite of not doing, it's about being. So let that sink in because I mean, what I am, and I'm sure that every woman has been taught of until today, it is of being action oriented, getting the goal, forcing results, having structure, having direction. So all of this leads, it leads with force, not flow. We forget that being feminine also has its powers. Being feminine means feeling, surrendering, and getting results, but not for in a forceful way. Let me just enjoy right now my presence. Let me just enjoy right now what I'm birthing through words to you because I'm so happy to be sharing this knowledge with you, honestly. Being in this feminine energy has helped me in ways that I would have never thought it was possible. I was so focused before into doing, into acting, into doing the to do list and not giving the world, not giving the universe a different result for me. That led me into being masculine, you know? So, being in our feminine, it's also being in touch with nature. Being in our feminine, it is being in touch with your body, being in touch with your body and knowing what you're putting in your body will have an effect in you. Okay? We've became disconnected with this because of social conditioning, because of what politics has taught us, because we've been proving our worth that we're able to work like men do. When nowhere in history it talks about how women before, back in the day, used to have this knowledge or it wasn't seen as powerful. This is the big shift that is happening for us the following years. This is the big shift that you're going to see women leading in ways you would never thought possible. You're going to be seeing women with power just being intuitive, doing the right action at the right time, not having to overwork. So, we've become disconnected from our feminine because also of our conditioning. Because feeling unsafe to be soft or emotional is, how do we know that we have this disconnection? We're over controlling. I sure was controlling as hell before. I would work until I burnt out. If you identify yourself with this, please write a comment. Leave a comment, a like, something, because I must know that I'm not the only one doing this. I'm not the only one that was over controlling. I'm not the only one that was burnt out. Work until she got I would get burned out. I was attracting, maybe you feel disconnected and you know by attracting emotionally unavailable men. Or maybe you have trouble receiving. I had so much trouble receiving, guys. I had so much trouble. I didn't know how to receive. Somebody gave me a compliment, somebody did something, somebody um would give me a gift and I would ask, "Why would you give me this?" The ability to receive, it's also a gift. The ability to actually receive something, but not like just receive it with the hands, receive it with your entire body because you're grateful that somebody has thought of you and took the time out of their day to get you a gift, to get you a gift or a present or a cake or something. Do you identify with this? Are you over controlling? Oh my God, I know so many women that are controlling, that work until they're burnt out. Oh my God, that was me. Let me just keep this space with silence because we've been controlling, we've been burnt out, we've been attracting the wrong type of men, we've been struggling to receive, and that is not serving our highest power. That is not um, the right way. That is not what we're meant to receive or what we're meant for in this life. How can you embody this feminine practice? How can you embody this feminine energy when you start doing things with presence and you stop going so fast? When you start doing things slowly and actually take the joy of doing that thing in the present moment. And as I'm doing this, I'm like even talking slowly because I don't want to just go, go, go like I've been conditioned to be and do. Because I'm leaning into my feminine energy and actually showing you how a feminine woman is supposed to talk. She's not supposed to be all loud and talking with the hands and with the voice. She can actually show you some great depth, wisdom by being in her feminine energy. When you actually create the space to feel and listen to your own body, you can actually be attuned to what your gut is saying. When you actually listen to your gut, you're listening to your intuition. So when you're connecting to beauty, dressing for you, your senses, when you're feeling, you're touching, smelling, tasting, listening, you can actually sense with your entire being. When you create rituals, when you just shower, You don't do it fast, and you actually feel the water running down on your body and take enjoyment on doing that thing. You're actually being a woman. You're not being conditioned to just do the thing and then finish and then you're done. And then you can actually relax, but then you're burnt out, or you're like, what am I doing with my life? Or you question um everything that you're doing, and you're not really living. Do you feel good after you're done with that thing? That, yeah, you've got the result you wanted, but that's not the way that I want to live. At least I'm sure as hell that I wouldn't want to just be with the doing energy and not being able to actually live through it, and then take enjoyment in that thing that I really enjoy doing. You can find enjoyment in every little thing. In every little thing, you just need presence. You just need to hold yourself and take your sweet time in doing that thing. Maybe journaling, maybe cooking, maybe working, maybe giving a speech, but actually feel it with your entire body. How beautiful is that? We have that magnetic essence where you get to be this woman. However, most of us are not choosing that. Most of us are choosing just a list to finish. When you get to express emotion, you're actually embodying your feminine energy. When you actually let your tears show, when you show creativity, when you birth through something, you're giving the world feminine energy. You're birthing not only like literally a human being, you're birthing a business. You're birthing a I don't know, a group of friends. You're birthing something creative, whatever it is that you were birthing. Or maybe it has nothing to do with that and it's just your sensual movement. When you start embodying this feminine energy, just it's just natural for you to be sensual. Some women are so rigid. They're so rigid with their body that they don't allow themselves to be sensual. Why? Maybe because maybe they were shamed as a little girl and they put up an armor. When you receive compliments, support, and abundance flows right in your window, flows right in your door, because you're allowing life through to live through you. You are allowing more of those things to come to you. You're allowing opportunities to come to you. When you're actually embodying this feminine energy, you're also allowing yourself to rest, to be in your pleasure. This is not being lazy. This is essential to fuel this is essential fuel for your magnetism. I have to be honest with you. I was not wired for my magnetism. I was wired to do the thing, to get results, to be disciplined. So to be in this feminine energy, it was the most rewarding job, the most rewarding thing I ever did for myself, because I was seeing a different side of me that I didn't know that resting would attract and would give me way more ideas, like insightful ideas that would play for my favor. I didn't allow myself to rest because I didn't have that emotion, that result I deeply desired. That moment where when I started embodying my feminine energy, I started attracting the right people. I started attracting the right clients. I started attracting the right opportunities for me and what I wanted. When I actually let myself rest, when I actually let myself be in my pleasure, enjoying the things, the little things in life made a huge difference. So I am here to tell you it will fulfill you so much to be in your feminine energy because it also plays a big part in relationships. It's also creates this healthy polarity, the dance between the masculine and the feminine. And you don't need to lead everything. You need to lean back and be held. However, not in every area. You need to know when and where to use it. And letting go of control doesn't mean weakness, it means power and trust. I am so happy to be sharing this with you because I've been writing. I mean, I love to talk about this feminine energy, and I think that most videos that are the top performing for my channel is femininity, because this is something that we don't often see nowadays. Women are so wired to be doing stuff, to be doing in the I mean, I don't want to say masculine energy, but just to name something, just to name that doing energy something, you can call it masculine. It is doing, and not that's not what everything is about. So being in this feminine energy will actually have so much enjoyment for you, will have so much of a transformation for you that you will be so thankful for when you actually get to enjoy that small coffee, when you get to enjoy that those compliments, when you get to enjoy whatever, you know. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I have been wired, just like I said a couple of times already, um, to do that thing until I get that result. But that moment when I shifted, when I noticed that was what I was expecting, I wasn't being magnetized. I wasn't being magnetizing. I was almost forcing the results, and that's not the way to attract. That's not the way to be in your feminine energies, to actually enjoy but have the balance, to actually know that you have the balance, because you know if you're being passive or you're being aggressive. You're either or maybe in the middle. However, a lot of people cl- most likely are in one side than the other. So I would love to ask you, what part of your femininity are you on? What part of your femininity are you claiming right now? What have you lost so far? Are you more in your masculinity? Please comment down below because I would love to hear you. I'd love to listen to you, and tell me if you resonate with this, because I love to talk about this, and how it benefits us in our jobs, in our relationships, in every area in our life. However, we have to have a balance. Okay. I love you so much. And if you don't have any questions, I'm gonna go. Let me tell you one more thing that actually came to my mind. Um, when I first started this like femininity work, energy work, I I surrendered too much. And almost like I wasn't taking the right steps into doing the right things. So you have to be very clear with yourself which which area you want to work on, and almost take a measurement of what type of energy, what's missing in that area. For example, if you're working on your relationship and you want to, it reflects, actually it bleeds over. Let's talk about an example. I'm going to give you an example with a client that I had. Esto es un recordatorio. Sacar la basura. So I want to give you an example with a client that I had, and she was leaning too much in her feminine energy, and she thought that she was going to inspire the man that she was with to take an action, to propose to her, right? And but she didn't have anything else going for her. Like, she wasn't doing anything else. She was just like spending money. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. However, some men want their women to have something going for themselves. So, not having something going for yourself can be a disadvantage, can be almost as if you're not doing anything for yourself. Does that make sense? Because I truly believe that every woman should be making some kind of money. I truly believe that every woman should be making some kind of money with their own gifts, because I believe that every woman has their own gift. Telling me, a woman telling me that she's getting a job just because her she has a good retirement is like you're not even giving yourself a chance to do something that you're going to thrive on, that you're going to be so fulfilled out of love that you'll inspire your man to do us whatever you please, but not because he has to, but because it's by him inspired him. It's almost saying that there is nothing else better for me, so I'm going to settle for this. Nobody wants to settle for nothing. Okay, that is all that I have to say for the feminine energy for this video. Let me know if you have any questions. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one, okay? Bye.